Welcome to Fused Glass Artwork and More. This is Sandy, and today's project is just spectacular. And I'm layering and layering and layering. So I'm going to start off with telling you how I made these very flat flowers. I put them between two different pieces of fiber paper, and then I stacked weights on them in the kiln. And as they melted, they just flattened themselves out. But I like to use these because there's so many possibilities. So I have a cut circle, and I'm just putting a dot of, it's just plain white kids glue, or excuse me, clear glue, not white glue. And I have nipped some of the edges of the flowers because I want them to go around the 12-inch circle. And after I get them in place, I'm just going to sprinkle some frit. You could put as much or as little as you want, but you can see I'm adding different colors in there. And I've actually added another layer of just a clear circle of glass. And then I put a few flowers on top, some rods that I nipped, and just some pieces of glass. And I'll show you in just a second it from the side. But it gives you the impression that there's flowers underneath and more depth into the piece, and that's what I wanted. So I have frit, I have pieces of glass, I have the flowers, and two circles that are about 12 inches across. And see how you can see those flat flowers wedged in between there with some frit. Now I'm going to have to fire this very slowly because I don't want a bunch of bubbles everywhere. I don't mind little tiny bubbles, but I want it to just look like it has a lot of depth to it. And so I'm going to put it in the kiln. It's going to go very slowly, and let's see what it looks like when it's done. So I couldn't be happier. It's beautiful, just a few little bubbles, and I'm okay with that. You know, and mostly you see them in the bluer part where it's kind of like a sky. Now I'm going to display this as a piece of art. And so I put it on a stand. Now, there are other things I could do with it. I could have slumped it into a bowl. I could have draped it. I could have made it so that it hung onto the wall. There's a lot of things I could have done. But I wanted to be able to put it on my mantle and let the light come through it and just enjoy the flowers, even in the middle of the winter time where I might have snow outside, but I have flowers inside. Now, I did have a few of those flowers left. And so I sprinkled some frit on them, and actually some dichroic frit. And I went over to my saw. And I have a Taurus 3 saw. It has a diamond blade. It makes it very easy to cut, but you can see that I've full fused it again. It's just a flat square piece of glass because I wanted to make some different projects with it. And I just absolutely love this saw. I know there's a lot of different kinds, but I love it. And then I actually fired it one more time. I added noodles and stringers and flowers and pieces of frit. And then I hooked it onto a wooden base that I could sell at the markets. But it went from just some flat flowers that you may not find spectacular into a spectacular piece of art. Now, this is Sandy at Fused Glass Artwork and More. I hope you enjoyed this short little video, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by.